Hello guys, and welcome to yet another war selection video. Today I'll be showing you 10 very easy tips to improve in war selection. Some of these are gonna be more well known than others, but even if you play the game for a longer time, I hope you will learn something new today at least. I have played war selection for quite some time, and even in higher ranked games, I still see people make these mistakes. So without further ado, let's get started. Before the video starts, I just want to let you know that I'm hosting a giveaway on a free country code in my last video. So all you have to do is go to that video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment below on that video for a chance to win. Also, if you want me to review your gameplay and give you personal tips and advice suited for you, all you have to do is join my Discord, which will be linked below, and send me a message. So starting off the list, my number one tip is going to be vision. Now, vision is super important in word selection, and it's a key factor to winning your games. You're gonna want at least 3 scouts every game. Just from a PvE perspective, a vision and your scout is going to help you find food like cows and fish. It's gonna help you find metal nodes, good wood lines. It can help you find water to place a pier. All these kind of stuff will make your economy much healthier and better throughout the whole game. But most importantly, looking at it from a PvP perspective, maybe your opponent is building early barracks already in Stone Age. Is it going Europe or is it going Asia? It's gonna tell you when he hits specific ages, like when he is medieval or when he is industrial. You might also be able to locate warehouses spread around where you could easily grief some of his workers. So basically the takeaway here is vision is about so much more than just sending your scout across the map. It's more about what's the maximum amount of information that you can gather from your opponent and the map itself that you're playing on. Now, we talked about how important vision is, and that is going to take us to the next tip on the list, which is going to be food. Very early in Stone Age, start looking around your base for small fishes and cows. Cows is, in my opinion, the best food resources you can find early on. Boars and mammoths works too, but requires a bit of a process to kill. Alligators is simply not worth it in my opinion for the amount of food that they give. And the deers can be good, but they can be a bit tricky sometimes. Best way according to me is to lure them into your bulwark with your scouts. But yes, having this extra food income is going to give you that edge to spike your economy if your opponent isn't going for it, and also allows you to have more workers on wood instead. The third tip on the list is going to be place your building strategically. In my game footage, I'll show you an example how you could build your base. I think the most important things to notice is build your temple close to a wood line or a metal spawn. This prevents the workers from your temple or city hall moving long distances to get to the wood line or the metal line or the farm maybe. Also, using your houses and barracks as a wall around your base serves as a protection. My advice would be to try and avoid using too much walls, as they can cost quite a bit and also takes time to make. This can vary though from game to game. Sometimes walling off might be the better play, but most of the time houses and barracks mixed with a few towers works just as fine. So my fourth tip, and this is a very important one that many people forget, and that is never idle your temple. You never really have to worry about having too many workers in war selection, so don't be scared of putting too many in the queue. If you start a population upgrade or a vision upgrade in your temple, always queue workers at the same time. Otherwise, chances the upgrade will finish and your temple will be idle. Especially in Stone Age, forgetting to put new workers in the queue is very unforgiving and will most likely make you lose the game. Tip number 5 is going to be upgrades. Upgrades are super important and essential for winning in war selection. Some of them a lot better and stronger than others. For example, the population upgrade in your temple. These you should take every game, always. Same goes for warehouse. In Stone Age, I prefer just getting the firewood ropes, but Bronze Age and forward, just get every warehouse upgrade. Almost every building and unit has upgrades, and instead of going over every upgrade in the game, whether you should take it or not take it, I'm just going to make it as simple as possible. So if you're using it, upgrade it. Basically saying, if you're using archers, get the archers upgrades. If you're using spearmen, get all the spearmen upgrades. Because the difference between an upgraded unit versus one without any upgrades can be huge, depending on the unit, of course. So don't forget your upgrades, people. Tip number 6 is to manage your workers. One of the differences between a good player and a really good player is how good do they manage their workers. The reward for having good worker management is simply more resources in your bank. It's very easy to avoid these common mistakes, and in my video I'll show you how to maintain good worker efficiency, which is basically what this is all about. Having your workers walk as little as possible and don't get stuck on each other. What you see in this video is a very good example of poor work efficiency. There is poultry, there is food on the ground, but the workers are all clumped up. Some of them can't access the food, some of them can't reach the warehouse. So what this does is it affects your food economy and it makes it way worse than it should be. So in this next video you can see that the workers are more spread out. There's more poultry on the ground. There's actually the exact same amount of workers, and you can see that the food production is a lot better. They don't get stuck on each other. And yeah, like I said, the food production gets a lot better if you avoid this mistake. In this next clip, you can see again that the workers keep on getting stuck on each other. They also have a problem getting to the stone deposit and getting to the warehouse. And again, this affects your economy. It makes it really bad, and it's an easy way of fixing it. And here I placed a second warehouse and I removed some of the workers and put them on another task. So here they don't get stuck on each other, they can access it quite easily, and it's a way more efficient way of getting resources. Tip number 7 is going to be a very short but important one, and that is to go into your settings and enable always show health bars. Some would argue that this is just personal preferences, but I think this setting is super important and gives you a lot more information compared to the other options. So if you haven't enabled this, I strongly suggest to go into your settings and enable this. Tip number 8 is to know and play around your strengths. Try to early on in the match, when you've seen most of the map, decide if you want to go Europe or Asia. If we take Europe, for example, you are going to have very strong spearmen. You get access to the swordsmen in the Iron Age, which is a very good unit for its age. And on top of that, it's very cheap and fast to make. If you decide to go Western Europe, you'll have access to some of the best towers and walls in the game. If you decide to go Asia instead, you'll get access to the heavy archers in the Iron Age. Paired with all their upgrades, they are by far the best archer in the game for both Iron and Medieval Age. So basically what I'm saying is try to play around the strengths of your nation and also be aware of its weaknesses. The 9th tip is to open your formation. Open formation is going to be better than closed most of the time due to siege weapons like the Onager, Springald, and catapults. Having your units in a close formation basically means that enemy siege weapons attacks are more likely to hit more units compared to if they were spread out. Open formation is just one click, so it's very simple and easy to fix. In this video, I will show you a quick fix because even if your units are in an open formations, sometimes they tend to clump up a bit, and with a few fast clicks, you can easily fix that. And on to the final tip. This one is quite easy, but might take some time to get used to. And that is to manage your resources for your current state and prepare resources for the next stage. Basically what this means is to assign your workers to match your production of buildings and military in your current state, and also prepare resources to the next stage if you're getting closer to it. Some examples are when you hit Iron Age with Europe, assign less to wood and more into food and metal, since your swordsman doesn't cost any wood at all. Another great example is with Asia, and that is to assign very few workers to metal, since until medieval you barely have any metal usage at all. And since you don't really need the metal until medieval, this means you can assign more workers to food and wood and kinda spike these resources. And by preparing resources, what I mean is to have the resources ready before you hit a specific stage of the game. A good example is before hitting industrial, you're gonna need a lot of metal and wood for the new buildings that come in industrial. Also, upgrading your barracks is gonna cost a lot of wood and metal. So start preparing these resources already in medieval, and when you're getting closer to age up, you'll already have this in your bank. This is to prevent getting stuck and having to wait for your economy to kind of balance out. And that is going to be my top 10 tips for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hopefully learned something new. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and I'll see you all next time.